Hello, I'm Amy, and this is How We Homeschool. Today, I would like to talk to you about what we're doing for our morning basket or our looping basket or whatever you want to call it. And if you're new to homeschooling, a morning basket is something that a lot of homeschoolers use to get their morning started, to do some things that you could do as a family, things that you want to include all of your children in. And it's just a good way to start your day and to get you off on the right foot. And the reason that it is sometimes called a looping basket is that instead of trying to do everything every day, or to do like on Tuesdays we do geography, or on Thursdays we do handwriting, and then like if you miss a Tuesday, then you miss geography for the week. So instead of doing it like that, you just go through and you kind of get done what you get done that day, and then it's a loop. So you just go through the loop and go through the loop. So let's say you want to do Bible every day, but you only want to do geography once a week. Then you would have, Bible, reading, geography, Bible, reading, Bible, reading, Bible, reading, geography. You would just put it in there every so often when you would want it to be in there. So what is in our morning basket? We've tried to do morning baskets before, but we've never really stuck with them. So this year I'm really hoping to be able to combine a lot of the subjects like Bible and handwriting into our morning basket, just to make my life a little easier when we are doing school. So the things I want to put in my morning basket are calendar and number of the day, which as soon as Target Dollar Spot gets the back to school stuff out, I'm going to head over there and get a nice big calendar to put up somewhere with maybe like the weather, and then with kindergarten and first grade curriculums, they get a number of the day chart. So I will have them fill that out. And also last year I found a scratch off number of the day chart, which my kindergartner loved, so I will be doing that with my kindergartner again this year. And then also a weather chart so that we can look out, see what the weather is. And so we'll be going so that's all, math and science, calendar, days of the week, months of the year, and the number of the day, and then weather is science with clouds and sun and temperature and all that. So then I also want to do a 5-minute devotional. So this is scheduled almost every day in the first grade curriculum. So whenever it's scheduled on that day is when we will do it in our morning basket. So I did show this in my first grade curriculum picks, but it is just a little 5-minute devotional. Super easy, just read the story, ask some questions. So we've enjoyed this in the past, and I'm sure it's something that we'll also enjoy this year. Then first grade does a proverb. They memorize a proverb each week. I think it's one a week. So we will be doing that as a family. So we'll go through our proverb and work on memorizing that. Maybe find a little YouTube video that has like a song to it or something. There's lots of great things out there. Then we will go through and do any readings that we need to do out of the Family Bible. This is for 3rd and 5th grade that this is scheduled, but it's the Bible, so it can't hurt to let the little kids join in. So we'll just do whatever reading is in the Family Bible that day. Also, there's sometimes readings that aren't included in this Family Bible that are just out of my Bible, so we'll also read those when they're scheduled. The next thing is that kindergarten has a memory verse. It's not really a verse so much as let me think. You start with sun. Sun's the first unit, and it's I am the light of the world. And then sun is Jesus is the light of the world. And then moon is I am the light of the world. So they're not actually scriptures or memory verses, but they're just little sayings that the kids remember. So we will go through that. And then at the top of the teacher manual, it does have the scripture that goes along with that simplified. I'm sorry, a mouse just ran across my living room. Okay, so, that scared me. Okay, so there is the actual verse that goes along with that simplified little memory verse for the kindergartners. So we will go through the actual verse as well, because I think it's important for the kids to know where that comes out of the Bible from. But I won't expect them to memorize that. At least the little ones, maybe the older ones can memorize it. And then preschool also has a memory verse. Also something, theirs is actually the verse. And then there's a little CD that goes along with it, Hide 'Em in Your Heart. And it sings the verse. So we'll either take it from that CD or maybe just find a video on YouTube of the song being sung. And that's an easy way for kids to remember. If you put anything in a song form, kids will remember it. So that's a great way to do memory verses. Now, the next thing I'm super excited about, I haven't actually got a chance to really dive into these books yet, but it's Laying Down the Rails. So this is the book that it's based off of. So it's a habits handbook. And so it goes through and it tells you about all different kinds of habits. So, for instance, there are cleanliness, courtesy, kindness, manners, modesty, attention, imagining, meditation, integrity, obedience, personal initiative, truthfulness, alertness to seize opportunities, fortitude, health, outdoor life, religious habits, regularity and devotion, Sunday keeping, Thanksgiving. So there's just a ton of great things. This is actually a 10-year curriculum. So I'm super excited to go through this with my kids. We are, as parents, you're always looking to form different habits in your children. And sorry, I'm super distracted by that mouse. So you're super, I'm super excited to have something laid out for me that I can go through and teach my children these different habits. And if I find that, our children are faltering in a certain area, I can put that area for the next study that we do. So that comes with these two books, books 1 and book 2. And so they talk about, it's a habit training companion. So these give you laid out lessons for each habit. So let's see. So the first one is cleanliness. So then there's parent prep, and it talks you what to read from the other book. And then goals for this habit that I have for my children. And then just some things for me to write down. And some celebration ideas for when our children get this. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 lessons for each one. So it'll probably take us about 2 weeks to do each one. Maybe 2.5, depending on, because 5 days if we do school on Saturday. Sometimes we do school on Saturday. Sometimes we don't. But yeah. This is going to be super nice. So the first lesson is just like super short. The second lesson, you read a story. And then the third lesson, they're just pretty short. Some of them are a little longer because you're reading a long story. But otherwise, I think it'll be super fun. So I will let you know how this goes once we get into it. So that's laying down the rails. The next thing is handwriting and copy work. So for first and up, there is a copy work almost every day or dictation. And then I also want all my kids to work on their handwriting. So I got this print hand workbook for teens for Charlie. We don't do cursive. It's just a personal choice. Some people love cursive. We just don't see the point. If our kids want to learn it, they can do that on their own time, but it's not something that we teach in our homeschool. So this one's for Charlie. I got this off of Amazon, and it's got these interesting science facts on each one. So science fact number 5, in 1883 the eruption of the volcano Krakatoa was so loud it could be heard 4,800 kilometers away in Australia. And then it has words from that for them to copy, so that'll be something that she can work on while I'm doing reading and such. And then also I got this one for, this is kindergarten to 2, so I got this one for Ellie. So this one just goes through the letters, and then onto words, and then onto sentences. And I also ordered one from Danny from Amazon, but it never showed up, so I actually just got my refund for that today. And I will be looking when the back to school sales start. I'm sure I will be able to find one in the stores now that it's easier to get out and go shopping. I will go get one from there. So the next thing is, I'm thinking that maybe we'll do some sign language. Charlie's really interested in learning sign language. I have a lot of hearing loss, and I'm afraid I'm going to be completely deaf when I'm older, so I'm interested in learning sign language. So I think we might just find some YouTube videos or something and just learn some sign language, just super simple, no pressure, you know, not anything rigid, but just maybe throw some sign language into our morning basket. And then also poetry. I might get some other poetry books from the library, but this one is a favorite for me, The Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson. And it's just got some really nice short poems with some really cool illustrations. So we'll probably go through one of those a day, and then maybe pick up some more poetry books from the library when we are done with that. And then also we will be doing the read aloud for that day. So for third and fifth grade, there's read alouds assigned most days of the curriculum, and so we're working on those. I think the first couple of weeks there is not a read aloud, so we're going to start with The Story of the World Volume 1, which is not in the curriculum, but I've heard good things about it, so I think we'll go ahead and start with that and see how that goes. Hopefully it's not too much for the little ones, but also give them drawing paper and stuff to work on while we're doing that. And I might save that for the end, so if they kind of wander off while we're doing the read aloud, that's fine. Then some days, How the Bible Came to Us will be scheduled, and so we'll go ahead and do that. So this is just a little book all about how the Bible was written and how it came to us and its journey over the years. So that'll be really interesting to get into. And then 101 favorite stories from the Bible. We may or may not include this in our morning basket. This is something that goes along with Charlie's English, her language lessons for today from Master Books. So we may or may not go ahead and read these aloud as a family as well. I'm not sure, so we will see. And then I just happened to see this book on the Christian Books website, and so I had to get it because my husband and I loved Love Does so much, and his other book, Everybody Always. Yes, we love Bob Goff's book. So we thought this was super cool, Love Does for kids. So I'm excited to read through one of these a day. We may do this at morning time, and we may include this in our nighttime devotionals instead. I'm not sure yet. We also have a book by Phil Vischer from Minnow Kids that we do for our nighttime devotionals, and we usually do a little 5-minute devotionals on the Minnow Kids subscription. And bedtime Bible stories with the Skit Guys. If you guys have not seen them, you need to go check them out. So that is everything that we are doing for our morning basket, our morning time, our looping basket, however you want to call it. That's what we'll be trying to do, and hopefully we can keep with it this year and actually keep going. So yes, that is everything. So I'm going to go figure out where that mouse went. All right, we'll see you all next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.